Hello and a warm welcome back. This is Hambbage, and I'm glad you're here for another Hardcore Vanilla Minecraft session. Let's go ahead and get this slime out of the way. We're going to kiss the sky, and then we are off. I hope everyone's doing well. It's been a nice little, I don't know, almost a day and a half. Probably actually more of a day since I finished yesterday. It's late afternoon, early evening here today, or will be early afternoon, early afternoon, early evening when I get wrapped up here today. Um, and it's been kind of nice. It was either all or nothing in recent like last week and a half, really. I mean, it was either recording so many episodes in a row to catch up or to get material out there, or I was uh, playing, kind of nonstop with the 117 start as soon as we got back here. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We talked at the end of the last episode, and I really haven't thought in depth about this whole lot, so I'm sure I'll be, I think, 2 steps out the door and then kicking myself for having forgotten something. Who knows what, but I'm sure it'll be something. It will have been really obvious. Okay, well that all seems good. Let's make the track. And maybe while we do it this time, we'll trim again, if we can. Just for this, if we just do a little bit at a time, we'll kind of keep making good progress along the way. That's what I'm going to tell myself anyway. So, where are we at? I mean, I kind of have to wonder that myself. We had done a lot of underwater adventuring at the end. We found some more amethyst, which was awesome, and found our glow squids and caught one of the axolotls. So did a lot of the water-based content from 117, which is great. That's what we were out here doing, and I kind of think we're getting comfortably close to that point where we can kind of just start flip-flopping back and forth. And there are a couple of things that I wanted to get to back at base. I'm hoping to get. Yeah, I couldn't get anything above. I don't know if that indicates that we're in a single layer of lava or not. We'll find out down the road, I'm sure. Yeah, so a couple things sort of tied into 117, sort of not. And a couple of things I still really don't have answers for personally, but would like to find out. For instance, now that we're in 117, will wandering traders that generate in our 117 chunks, will they come see us and have new trades and all that kind of stuff back at our base, or will we always get the old offers there? Same thing goes with whatever the difference in the villagers are. Um, will new trade offers and those kind of things, where like textures and things do update. Clearly, we saw that when we went back for our visit. So we don't, for instance, have two different types of coal ore. The ones look no different from the other. Of course, you've got deep slate and and regular coal ore, but that's really just nitpicking at this point. So we're not too worried about all that kind of stuff. We just want to know what all we've got. So yeah, a good reason for going through and doing this is to, at least at a starting point, be able to jump a bit. When you're in a 3 high area, you can jump and get the speed bonus. When you move like between 3s and have higher, you can bump your head and lose your momentum, and that stinks, but we'll get there. Obviously you guys now have seen a nether highway that I built. You kind of know the deal. And of course we also want to widen this up, because if we even want to attempt to bring one of our skelly horses back, this has just got to go. If we want to do that, we've got to have 2 wide gaps for him to ride through, or her. Now these are just a mess. I don't know. I mean, everything you take, you open up more potential drop area. So that's not real great. Eventually we'll have to deal with all of that too, but so yeah, I've been about as disengaged as I have been since I was on vacation there, and it's kind of one of those frustrating deals. A part of why I wanted to hold off, a part was because it was beautiful out, and I didn't want to be inside through a nice, fairly mild day today. It's next week is supposed to be just scorcher, like real summer heat, and so I didn't want to spend all of today just sitting inside, while looking at a computer screen. So I was out enjoying it a little bit, and last night after I'd recorded episodes, I was like, you know what, I've had enough. My eyes were like, oh man, this has been enough in the last few days. So they were pretty done. I was pretty done. And I actually went analog fun last night. Everything, going on had been kind of a big social last weekend with my family and all that. And then two hockey games I was watching with friends and stuff out. So it was kind of just a nice chill weekend. And I did one of my favorite analog kind of pastime activities last night. Much more often in the winter, but it was fun, change of pace. I did a jigsaw puzzle. It was great. It was actually one my, I think my sister's family had it first, and over the pandemic, they lent it to my mom, or my parents, both of them to work on, because they'd done a lot of puzzles during the self-quarantining stuff. It's something my whole family's always enjoyed. We, when we were little kids and stuff, we would... if it was like New Year's Day or something and there were bowl football games on it, or any of that kind of stuff, really, rather than just sitting around just watching, and I carry on with this to this day, I'd much rather have a puzzle going while I'm watching sports or something. Just something, and that's kind of, I think, where I got a lot of my affinity for things like Minecraft. It's a game you can just keep engaged. You can still kind of have one eye on the game, but through commercials and all that, you're much less apt to just be constantly snacking and that kind of stuff. And we all know, you watch one game into a season and you've seen all the commercials. Those are all going to get repetitive. Even the like, you know, uh, exclusives, I guess, or just sideline reports and stuff like that during the game. Those don't change as much, especially now that there's, internet and everything. You're not going to get anything you didn't know going into the game already. So even on my own, I'll just often have a puzzle going during sports season while I'm, in winter time when you're more indoors. But yeah, I had this one I'd never worked before. I was like, ooh, it seems like a fun thing to do. So I had some Twitch rolling in the background, and I watched a few hours of a fun streamer playing a game, and yeah, I just kind of got off that digital thing, and with depending on how you work puzzles, what you do, how many you've done, all that kind of stuff, your approach can vary. But I once I've kind of got the edge pieces sorted out, and in between when I'm like if I'm just sorting through like, hey, all right, I need to work on sky pieces or something like that. I'll be pulling out all the blue ones. For that, I may sit down, but when you're putting pieces into a puzzle, especially if it's out and across a card table, it's kind of nice to stand actually. So it isn't as sedentary. Yeah, it's pretty sedentary. Let's not kid ourselves. It's not an active activity, but by standing and not just sitting, you're doing a little more than you would be if you were just watching a video game or a movie or a TV show or anything else on just sitting on the couch, kind of reclined and feet up and all that kind of stuff. So it was good. It was fun. And it took me 1,000-piece puzzles solo vary for me a little bit. Sometimes they're done faster than I would ever imagine. And I'm like, oh, well, that was cake. Especially, I've got a couple here. I don't have a huge selection or anything, but a few that I do have and have worked a couple times. You kind of know what the tricks are. And I think for anybody that works jigsaw puzzles, you kind of know the style, even if you aren't familiar with those themselves. But, there's the one that's like area signs, and living in Colorado as I do, well, that's one of them. That's, it's like they got signs from the various stadiums and things that are unique to that area. They're kind of like tourist type stuff, and they'll have various local attractions and stuff. And then another one is similar, but it's like skiing, ski mountain resort type stuff. So, and those are, I guess, you kind of call them collages, or like scrapbook style, maybe, if that's right. I'm kind of worried. Am I going the right way here? I want to go east, right? I can't even see. Yeah, I want to go this way. Think. Yeah, this was the way I was fighting the guys. So I have some puzzles that are like a slam dunk, do them in an evening, and no, you're not getting sucked into anything. It's like, okay, yeah, I can kind of do this. It's gonna take any of those like 1,000-piece puzzles. Right? For me, they're gonna be more than a football game. They're usually in the like 4 to 6 hours. If there's no surprises, you know what you're getting into, and it doesn't end up being sneaky, much more difficult than you anticipated kind of stuff. And this one, I thought was kind of close to that. It was, it's like the trees of America or North America or something. So it's kind of that same style. It's, it's not like one big nature picture. Am I coming back? I swear I'm getting more turned around, and now they're all ganging up on me. Now I'm going west again. What on earth? Oh, let's talk about jigsaw puzzles. It's too crazy. Got too crazy. But yeah, this one I actually ended up finishing up this morning. It was, it went pretty good. The edge and stuff was really easy. Nice one to get started on. Because there's differences in the way puzzles get cut to determine how easily defined the edges are. Oh man. I'm not trying to do this to myself. This is awful. But I just remembered, like, oh yeah, for our new chunks, we went beyond the end portal, and that was to the east. I was so used to the old, highway that we've been working on. So man, I feel like I'm a ping pong ball going back and forth. We'll get there though. But yeah, anyway, this puzzle, it was like, it had a boundary, like a colored border on the edge, which is a great start. Anybody that's, looking at a puzzle, and you often don't know when you look at the outside of the box, if you're like in a store or somebody gives you one as a present or something like that, you don't know right out of the gate if that's, no. I am so... Come on, then. I know, this is all my fault. All you dumb lava slimes. So yeah, you kind of don't necessarily know, but when you open the box and you're like, oh, the whole edge has little, like this one, it's still under my laptop now. You don't want to take it down right away. You just finished it, right? So, it's got like a purple and then a red on the very outside, but it's not, it's kind of, I would guess, intentionally cut so that that boundary isn't perfectly square, right? And on two corners, or it's kind of like, I don't know, a tiny bit of a degree off center. So looking at these things, you would you could know, okay, that's, these are going to go in order, and because it's, it's pictures of trees, and it's got like a border around the outside. It's pretty cool. That has like lots of close-ups, and it's all artist, right? It's not photographs. It's like paintings or drawings or whatever. So around the outside, it's got like lots of close-ups of leaves and fruits and pine cones and acorns, various details of ways that you would identify and distinguish these various species of trees. And then in the middle, it's got, I'm counting, 8 by 8, so 64 little tiles, which are about 2.5 by 4 inches or so rectangles. They're all kind of vertical, and they've got all these trees, like a more distant view of all these trees, so you'd see them if you were like looking at them in a field. And it's really cool. It was really well done. And when you're working on it, when I don't think I'm alone in this, but where I sit down to work a puzzle, you kind of start with the edge, right? Those pieces you can identify, except some tough puzzles don't color distinguish the edge, which I'm fine. Again, all this stuff I'm fine with. And they don't necessarily have regularly cut edge pieces. So you may not be able to tell that some pieces that just have an internal curved edge don't go on the outside. So that makes it tougher to even get started. Well, this didn't have any of that. This was easy to get a start on. And then in addition, there is tiny text, like when you're working the pieces, you can see it, but like if you're looking at the box for the picture, it's almost impossible to read what some of these things are. But all the text is oriented the same way, right? There's a top and a bottom and a left to right. So from that, you can tell which way any of the pieces with words, which way they're going to go immediately. So another big help. And it was a little bit of a surprise because, in puzzles, oftentimes when you've got that, photographer view of some landscape and there's ocean or sky or whatever, oftentimes there's a lot of trees. And, if you're working with different people or even if you're working by yourself, it's kind of like, all right, I'm going to do the buildings, and then I'm going to do the beach, because that's usually pretty small and distinctive. And then, depending on how they look, can you distinguish different types of trees? Can you split them up that way or not? Because you're just trying to get a handle on what pieces go where, right? And so oftentimes trees will just become a subpart of the puzzle that either one person kind of tackles for a while or you do in a certain group. Well, this one, everything was trees, but they were all varied, and so it really became a color sort where as I first was breaking out, I was like, okay, there's a couple red leaves and some trees that are depicted with red leaves, whether they're blossoms or flowers or anything like that. So start with red. It's very distinctive in the box, so you can pull out all those pieces and get a good handle on sorting stuff out. And then it went to pink and some of those, but then it was kind of like, all right, how is this going to unfold? And you do kind of, much like Minecraft, where surprise dictates a lot of times how you're going to play a particular episode or a particular world is going to play out. You may think it's going to be this way, and then you don't get any of the biomes, or you don't have any RNG looking for particular crafting items or whatever you may need to do that. So you end up going a different direction. Same thing with puzzles. It's best to be loose and adapt to what the puzzle gives you. So as you're sorting through the pieces and just kind of through this mess in the box, looking for things that catch your eye, that's where you're going to start noticing commonalities, right? Oh, these stand out. They're distinctive. I bet they go together. And so that was kind of how I did it, but it ended up being similar tiles, and then at a point it was like, oh, it's way easier now to pull out everything that's the border, that's like these big pine cones or leaves or that kind of stuff, which at the beginning were just totally unintelligible, but by the time you'd been working for a while, those stood out. So by the time I'd finished up last evening, I'd gotten all of that boundary done and done quite a few of the tiles, and just had a mix of kind of pieces to go back through. But it was a good one. It spent maybe, it was over an hour, but not much this morning. Just kind of finishing putting everything in, and that's always fun too. It goes faster and faster as you're going. You're like, okay, here we go. And you can kind of race yourself and say, all right, how fast can I sort through all these once you've hit that critical mass of like, all right, yep, I know this is just a matter of mixing and matching until they all have their home and go, but it's no longer, you're no longer trying to figure out like, okay, what does this even go to? Now everything's defined as just holes and a bigger base to fill in. So that was what I had this morning. And of course, coming back fresh, I often say that with Minecraft, I take the breaks and I'm like, well, you get a night of sleep in the middle of working on the jigsaw puzzle, and all of a sudden you come back and you're like, wow, man, I was just staring at this thing trying to get any kind of progress, and after a good bit of sleep, you come back and it's like, this is easy. Well, what was I doing? And that just shows how much your eyes and your brain need that break with sleep. So I really enjoyed the change of pace. It was nice. And of course, watching Twitch, I'm still enjoying somebody else playing a game I hadn't even heard of before, and apparently it was restarting an old playthrough that had kind of been abandoned, I guess PC issues or something. It's a streamer I've really been fond of through YouTube as opposed to Twitch, and UK guy, so I don't see as much of the UK live content as I do the pre-recorded videos, but he's a guy that's been doing YouTube stuff for so long that I don't want to bother with this. That they both really exist independently, and a real model for what I'd kind of like to do. He's probably more variety streamer than I would ever be, but in and amidst all the variety and showing off new games and stuff like that, sticks out and gets games that apparently really resonate with him and his play style, and then just sticks with him, and will go, like, yeah, we're gonna play this through to some kind of a conclusion, and I just think that's great, but keeps the YouTube stuff fairly quick. And then the first time I think I ever caught Twitch, I was like, first of all, UK based, so you're like 7 hours ahead of me, and you're still going. What's the deal? And yeah, when he's streaming, going for like 11, 12 hours at a pop, probably not 12, but a long time. And I'm telling you, like, somebody was asking, and I've heard all this before now, but it's kind of like, what are you doing up? You do understand? He's like, yeah, I just don't often sleep a whole lot, but because I'm a content creator, I don't have to strongly adhere to, a clock schedule. And apparently, it's really hot over in the UK right now. And this is the most comfortable time of the day for me to do this. And that with family in the UK, that's always been something that kind of surprised me. And when I came out here, it was it's amazing now how many people in Colorado. It just now goes without question that, oh yeah, you gotta have AC, and you really don't. I mean, I came out here in the mid '90s. Air conditioning was prevalent. I had it in my house growing up throughout all my life, and the biggest difference was humidity. You you just can't open a window and cool things off when you've got high humidity and a heat wave. And it stays like 80 degrees overnight because there's nowhere for that hot air to get away to. And when I came out to Colorado, I was like, man, no one even needs AC out here. It's just nice. And I think to an extent that still exists a little bit, but I think it's like everywhere else as it becomes. I don't know what it's even becoming. I just think the longer you have something like air conditioning, the tougher it is for you to just go, I don't need that. Today is not the day. There's no need. It's going to cool off tonight, and it's like an hour of discomfort when it's really hot. But anyway, the streamer was saying I can play this game all night. Now, somewhat tongue in cheek. That seems to be that's the most reliable time I find him creating content is over my night on the weekends. So that's what he likes to do. No harm, no foul. And maybe it's an easier explanation. You find when you're doing the streaming, or at least I expect that's kind of the deal. You get the same questions, and some streamers get the same questions as every other streamer. Others kind of fall into their own pattern of you're going to get these streamers because it's what you do that sets you apart from others, and the consuming audience, is so built on meme culture and the idea, and most of what I see on Twitch is not that kind of time. Most of what I see on Twitch is actually fairly early, because I get up, I go out, I try to get some exercise in early in the day, and then I come back, while I'm cooking breakfast and getting started. It's actually kind of into daytime. I'm also fortunate I don't have that lockdown start time schedule, so I can be a little flexible too. But I don't. I have this kind of time of my day. Oh, is this the front end? Are we here? Yeah. Hey, look at that. All right. That was long enough. So yeah, I tend to see a lot more kids, and now summer hits, and it's even more. But there's no fooling. I think most, especially with the pandemic, but even well before, there's kids, enjoying a lot of live content on Twitch or what have you, other platforms, even YouTube stream during the school day. And there's some young adults that are doing the exact same thing. So it's not specifically an age thing, but I think a lot of the culture kind of hangs at that denominator, which is kind of teen at most early 20s, and it's in a time of human development when you're kind of prone to fitting in with the crowd. You're going to be very conscious of fashion. of, what's the team, who are we cheering for, who are we listening to when it comes to audio or something like that, what movie are we most excited about? So all those kind of things are just kind of common at a point in a common point in a lot of people's lives, and that happens to be the common consumption point. So you get a lot of people that are dumbfounded when you have streamers my age, or anywhere kind of once you get into your 30s, maybe you've already had kids, you've kind of familyed up, and realize that there are more important things out there than air quotes popularity, right? Or the cool, just cool, I guess, is one that a lot of people get caught up in. Um, but there's still a lot of people that is still uncomfortable and uncommon. The idea that you would intentionally do something uncool, or deemed uncool or unpopular, or man, we're gonna have so much to figure out here storage wise. So these are the one-offs, right? Let's take them up. Oh no, we got a thing right here. Okay, you. Multi-shot. Don't want it. Thorns. Don't want it. Piercing 4 may want that. Fortune 3 may want that. Don't want punch one. And don't want the enchants on the chain. Okay. Ooh, some good XP. Alright. And I apologize. We're gonna get in doubles here, right? This is gonna kind of be the slipshod, get things cleaned up, and we'll go do something kind of fun and exciting. Hey guys, don't everybody watch the corner. Just come say hi. Salty, Savory, and Sprout are good dogs. And then up here we got Guava. What's up, bud? And Endron. Okay. Piercing is a trident, I think. Or, I mean, a crossbow. Fortune is a tool. And I did learn more. And I know that's shocking. Wait, you can learn more? Or you knew anything? Wow. Okay, well, we didn't have any shoes yet, and this should finish off our shirts. That's cool. I didn't know we had that much chainmail stuff. Are you kidding me? Okay, and I didn't bother to put the books away. The blank books. Blank books. Okay, now... these will go in. For now, let's put more copper here. I don't even know what any of this. This is a complete map, right? Okay, that's good. Do we have a hole for it? Of course we don't. Above the bed? Wow, excuse me. I hadn't, I had like a banana for lunch today. And, or for breakfast lunch. So I kind of had an early bigger dinner, thinking like, all right, yeah, I'll do that, and then enjoy a bit of content. So yeah, I may have a little post play yawning. Yeah, I don't know where we're gonna put our expanded map gallery yet. A bucket of cod and a bucket of axolotl. This is a bit of a waste because I know we've still got other stuff here that who knows what it all is. Our toolbox is downstairs. These are all going to go down. We don't need a leather cap. This one should have stuff we want up here. What is... This seems so one-off. Oh, was this what we were picking up on the way back? Yeah, because we had like that. Just take this opportunity to pull a lot of this junk downstairs. Junk that we already have spots for. Oh, we got ice down there too, right? Gold apples. Ingots. What? Yeah, Guava, you're witty up there. We hear you. So far from how I should be doing this. I want to leave these out to, let's see, didn't I have a bunch? Oh, maybe I did set those back up downstairs. What I really was hoping for was some stupid ore. What box did all the ore go in? That was all the geode stuff. So maybe this? Well, it's some. I know we had a lot more than that, right? Ooh. Okay, well, we got those running. While they're running, let's go down and clean up this disaster. So, yeah, it kind of filled in the great highlight of Jigsaw Evening on a Friday night. It was my not too exciting but so welcome night last night. Really enjoyed it. What'd you guys do? Anything in the comments about those came out of the box? I was like, where? It's blue. Oh, that was in the middle. Blue, ice. Okay, that's all just regular. I thought we had some packed too. Let's get you. Come on there. We got ender pearls. We got all these again. We got some sea stuff. We got some zombie flesh. We got some potion-y stuff. We do have real stuff, but I think we got more real stuff coming. I guess the... Okay, that's where all the other... At least I'm not losing it. Oh, maybe. Maybe that's debatable. Alright, anything else in here that still has stuff? No stuff. Those are all good. Now, which were the ones I was just trying to look at? Ooh, that's all good stuff. I have seeds up on this end. So many new boxes needed. All that. I think, are all those brick things outside? The slow arrows can go in with the in the big arrow chest, I think. Oh man, so much junk. Bones. I don't think I had anything. Oh, I did have them. Let's put these down with the other unique arrows. Seeds. I don't think we have seeds anymore because seeds just go there. And TNT. Yes, I know we got more in the box. Maybe we'll move that eventually, but it doesn't bother me too much to have. Oh, that was sandstone. Sand, sand, and then these are customs. Smooth, chiseled, and cut. Alright, gravel. Oh, that isn't gravel though. What are these? Acacia leaves. Andesite. Okay. That was good. Oh, except that we still had all this leftover stuff. Stone. Do we have cobble over there too? Is this whole box may go? That's still all new. Nothing out of there. Nothing out of there. So much XP to be had. Now, did I leave anything here? We want to get those. This was a good reason to have a big old section there that we hadn't even touched. Knowing that we can... Did we have fence anywhere? Did I put that down at the other corner? Um, Maybe with with the sticks. Granite. Diorite. Stone. Andesite. Cobble. Gravel. Then just the extra random stuff. We still got that blackstone to do too. Okay, and then the blackstone. Alright, that'll fit in. Now, empty box. Hey. Think this is all an upstairs box? Do we have other upstairs stuff? Yes. Yes. Up we go. We got about 10 minutes left in this episode's window to finish up our... Man, tonight again? Hey guys, let's all sleep. Sip here. Trying out after dinner. Let's give that a moment. Wait, this one was already done. Nope. You here. There. 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 Now, I'm still tempted to get these back into breeding rotation. Another thing we should do... Those logs and a furnace. Which of course now we probably don't have. I think we still got some oh man. No cobble. That's why you always leave a little bit of cobble. And we still don't have I guess I could use that one. Hopefully all these have, except for the slab, everything had a home there. Okay. Don't lose focus. There's the box gone. Just keep on going. We'll get it. We now, oh man. We now, are hoping we have item frames down here. Good. I guess let's do those 3. Can we get everything else? Maybe. Okay, any more of those things? I don't think so. Okay. So, we do have 3 more slots. Can be there, there. And then this one had all the deep slate and all that stuff. That's now clear. That's now clear. Always a little bit fun to try to make sure you get the right one. Okay, now frames. And I think we'll do... Oh, we already had frames. Let's do amethyst. Smooth. And then calcite. That'll help distinguish the quartz from the others. So I did learn a little bit more about the amethyst geos since I started watching some other content again as well. And we'll see what we want to do with smooth basalt, whether we want to move it down. And does basalt modify to smooth? Has it always? I don't even know. Is it in my little section here? That's all blackstone. I don't even think we've done anything with basalt. Still kind of to be determined, I guess. All right. Next up, we got our deep slates and our dripstones. And then all the various ores, etc. So, let's go dripstones. And I do kind of want to get these set up. Because my understanding is that not only does the water work, but you can also do lava with them in the nether. So you can basically just set up a farm that will be constantly dripping lava. Whereas, in the overworld, they'll drip water. In the nether, as I understand it, I haven't actually seen it, they'll drop lava. And then you can put cauldrons underneath them. And yeah, they're very slow, but if you have enough, you can put them all together. And what I'm wondering is, can we then use buckets in dispensers and hoppers and fill them when the cauldrons fill up? I don't know, but I'd like to. Okay, so anyway, we got those. We have got deep slate here. And so in addition to the dripstone, the deep slate, I guess, deep slate, as we talked about, is theoretically going to fill the levels when the world expands below 0 and above build cap, 250 or wherever it is these days. So those are all possible. I think coal here. We've already got ore sitting that has updated textures. I think what I want to do is pull the deep slates of these for now, just to have some. And you know what? Maybe we should have kind of a one of each, right? That's iron, regular iron. Copper, deep copper. Redstone. Coal. Room here. So we did not find any deep slate diamond, and we didn't find any emerald, and I don't have any of the original emerald. But we'll hang on to the deep slate versions that we do have, because at least for now, they're going to be more scarce, right? Until we're proven otherwise. So if we wanted to use those for any kind of decorating or anything like that, it's easier to have them in hand than it is not to. And what we may do... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2... 3, 4. I don't know. Let's do like this for now. Oh, and I don't even have. We'll have to placeholder that. Put that. Leave a spot for emerald, and then do gold. I don't know if this makes any sense to do. What did I do with oh, I put it down here already. I was kind of thinking, like, as we get more and more, if we're low on space, we could just put blocks of the refined, or, the lapis blocks into here to fill. Sometimes you get, especially redstone, you can get a ton of that. So I would leave that with emerald, and then we can just put the deep slate versions of the ores. I can't imagine that we're going to use a lot of I can't imagine we're going to use a lot of any of these for decoration, really, but I don't know. It's something. So then that puts this back with the others. And we've got these coming back. This goes up. So let's leave that. I may want to reconsider the consumables there. You guys go back down. We still need... Let's pick that up. For one thing, we still need a ton of processing, but we need to make a furnace. that goes away. Everything else is furnace for upstairs. Make a smoker. We will cook a little bit of meat on one of the bee campfires, just so we can unzero that. Is it really bedtime already? Or again? Not what I needed. Deal with all that next. And yeah, I did just full on pull 9 pieces of cobble for the smoker, or for the furnace. Really thought I'd burned that into my memory more completely. Okay, so let's put the smoker here to counterbalance the blast furnace. I don't think we'll need any great investment of coal, at least not at the moment. There we go. We are now cooking smoker powered. Before we crash for this night, I had talked about, and I do want to consider a consumables versus tools box. Arguable. These are consumable. Because we still don't have tridents. I think we left the shear out there. Let's just make a few more. When... Oh, I did. I'm just blind. Okay. So, consumable stuff. Oh, and we should put that down in the box. Stuff that we want to have with us to be able to use or resupply ourselves from on a regular basis. I think having those now in a separate box, still distinct from rockets and TNT, because those get used up so much more quickly. Now, the other part is, I guess we have elytra in the rocket box. Not a bad place for it. That needs to, both those need to get fixed. Least efficient means possible. Alright, we are now over time. Alright, what else do we have in tools? Really not too much that's worn. This one pick. We are going to want the fortune. Now there is... Oh, did I already goof it up? I bet I did already. So there's something about iron ore. Oh, it's all cooked. And now using raw. And I still, obviously, I still haven't done anything. And I hope that, assures people, some people it may drive absolutely bonkers. Why didn't you, why haven't you been learning this stuff? So I understand it now. There are, when you go and hit blocks of iron ore. And I think this even goes when we silk touch. I just totally forgot in the shuffling around of inventory stuff. I was more focused on where things were going. I didn't really think about it too much, but there are a number of different I guess strategies. I think my strategy remains the same, and that is you still go out on your trips and mine with silk touch, right? You get iron ore or copper ore out of the mountains in its silk form. But as I now understand it, you then process it with fortune, and that breaks it into multiple pieces of raw iron or copper. I don't know about gold, but certainly the two metals you get raw now. And I think if I heard this right, you then can process those into raw ore blocks. So you take 9, if you have a crafting table, you can then recombine them for carrying. So you could do this out in the field. And that was kind of a big debate on the stream that I was watching. Why would I silk touch now? Well, you gotta have a crafting table and all that. You can still do it at home and do it the same way and get the benefit. You just don't, you don't have to do it in the field. People are determined for whatever reason to not silk touch. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. So, now you got that option, but I think I would still do it this way, where you're coming back, setting them up, but then supposedly, yeah, you get like maybe up to 4 pieces of raw iron per deal. I don't know if it's like diamonds or what the yields are, but yeah, when you hit the iron ore blocks with fortune, you get these raw, and then the raw pieces, rather than being like the little nuggets or producing nuggets when smelted, that would then have to be combined to make anything useful, they actually give you an ingot each. So you are multiplying with fortune the amount of usable iron that you're getting, which over the top, but hey, who am I to complain? So that's something. I meant to play with it, but I just totally forgot. So we'll have to go do some more iron mining and see how that actually plays out for us. Got us a pick almost restored. It's really the elytra. We gotta go. We gotta do another dragon fight. Or I guess we don't really have to, but it would be a big help to do another dragon fight. And man, oh man, try to get some more shulkers. That's fun. Like, just make the book default to the stuff that you do have the ingredients for. Then you don't have to click through pages. So this is why I was talking about the overflow boxes. All these things could be very over the top here soon. Coal. We need it bad, but I think we're going to get a lot. But I think we're going to come back in the next episode to do a little bit more of that processing work. Just, we may do all the coal, but at least up to the point of getting our tools and our elytra repaired. And then we got to kind of see. I want to look at the I really thought we were cooking steaks there. Huh. Let's just cook nothing. Okay. the waxing, the copper stuff, I did figure that out. I'll save it for a surprise for those of you guys that don't know, but yeah, we got all this stuff. Let's go take a snapshot of all our coal. And yeah, I want to do the various copper shapes, at least to play with those and make sure I've got it right, understand it. And then I think we may just do it like that. We may decide to try for the end. Get more wings, be able to fly. I want to get that jungle out in our new chunks, in conjunction with there's another tree I'd forgotten about that I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen any real evidence of it, but as I understand, it's out there. There's a wandering trader item that goes along with that, I guess. It's not, but it kind of fits into the Podzol line. So we'll try to check that out. And yeah, what? There's other stuff we were still looking at or for. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. Oh, I forgot to mention. Oh man, this is getting so long now. We're like 15 minutes over. The geodes that the amethysts come from. I did learn. Do not, if you want more amethyst, do not harvest those. Leave them in place, and you can then harvest the crystals that will grow from them while you're in there. The one that we deconstructed, that's fine. We've got all those blocks, but you can't like transfer an amethyst farm and set one up on your base and grow amethyst crystals. They have to stay in the geode wherever it was actually spawned. At least is what I've heard. I haven't seen anything to really prove or disprove that. Obviously, I haven't tried anything yet. You guys have seen everything I've done, but that was kind of the understanding I got, is that what I did, like, okay, well now you've got those, but you did just wreck that source. So I guess our instinct was right on the very first one. Don't kind of leave them in place. But the good news is that one's right by our mine, and we should be able to go back and visit it and kind of watch as the crystals grow up around it. So all stuff to think about. We'll get more into that. Anyway, we've now gone much longer than I expected to. Let's let that close. In this episode, I think I'll be back for one more slightly more exciting one, I would hope, this evening, and then I'm going to call it quits and enjoy my Saturday night. So you guys take care. We'll be back in a little bit, but as always, do give yourselves a little chance to break. I'm going to take one as well, and I want to thank you very, very sincerely for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the 117 combat. I know a ton of it got thrown at you in the last few days. Rest assured, we're back to a more sane pace for myself and for anybody who may be trying to keep up with content from a viewing perspective. It's really tough when there's like 8-10 episodes that are all at least an hour long popping in a day. So I appreciate that. If anybody's dropping that kind of feedback, or I've gotten a few direct type things like, "What? I can't do that." I get it. That was just not wanting to sit for too long without any of that content coming, and then having not known when I was going to get back initially, wanting to give a cushion to allow for it. So we're back to a regular schedule now. We'll have 1 or 2 episodes a day, and go from there. One more note I will share with you guys in the next episode that I thought about, but yeah, there's updates on computer stuff that make me look silly, but no news is good news. So we'll see y'all next time. Till then, stay awesome, and like, subscribe, follow, spread the word to others who may enjoy the content. I appreciate you guys. Take care.